I'm thinking like, yeah, you know, they're getting it together, but I see that it's gonna take a second because the niggas not doing it right. It's already, bro, he didn't fix it. He literally threw the stuff on top of the sewer. Like, I was really tempted to go use my shoe to scoop it to the right spot. And to think that I was thinking about doing that, knowing that, you know, getting it stuck to your shoe ain't a good thing. And he couldn't even just take his 3 seconds to put it in there for real. That junk's sad. Because it ain't even the fact that he didn't, like, mash it down and do all. It's the fact you didn't put it in the right spot. But I'm sleepy. But I just realized tomorrow I gotta wake up early. I don't got no sleep down time for tonight for real. It's all bad, but it's gonna be good. It's great. Cause we gonna persevere. But I never made my vlog yesterday, so I'm gonna try to hit on it like if it was yesterday when it's not. So yesterday, I get a relief card just like today. And when I get the relief card, the lady that I relieved, she let me know. She put me hip ahead of time that the brakes weren't so good. After I heard that, I'm like, here we go. Like, I ain't, you feel me? She's still driving it, so I know it could be drove. But I'm just like, how bad is it to the fact where you actually felt like you needed to tell me? But that was that. Excuse me. I started driving. I noticed it was bad. Noticed my boxes in fair bypass. So I'm like, I'm in car control regardless. So it's like, in between me telling, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna tell them that, and I'm still gonna let them know that it's bad brakes. But I mean, if they have something, I'll take it. But if they don't, or if they ask, can you drive with it? I'm gonna just be driving with terrible brakes, and they probably just gonna tell me to write it up at the end. Because in a lot of situations, I feel like that's protocol or whatever. That's common, depending on what the problem is. But all the brakes terrible, so I feel like that's one of the problems where they brush over it too. But it depends on how you say it or who you're talking to, or I don't know. All I know is I said I had poor brakes, and after I said I had poor brakes, she wanted me to elaborate. I don't really know how she wanted me to say it, but I understood that might have not been the correct terminology that she needed. So I'm like, or however you say it. And I start asking her about the terminology. Like, can you, if that's not, you know, the right way I should be telling you that my brakes are bad, can you at least tell me so I know next time? It's like she heard me, but she never answered. She never did that. And it came down to her telling me that a supervisor was on the way. So I'm like, here we go with this. Now I'm waiting on the supervisor, which means I'm not about to drive when it's time to leave. And then her tone when she said she waiting on the supervisor is talking like basically I did something wrong. I'm like, all right, cool. She still was professional. She still was like, have a nice day, but animosity was there, which I ain't tripping. That's cool. Feel how you want to feel. And it's sad because you don't even know the situation. I mean, like, you know the situation, but you don't know how bad the brakes are. You don't know if you would be calling it in too or not. But it's cool. I feel like that's her character. I won't try to fix it or judge it. I'ma just see it for what it is, or how I see it, and keep it pushing. But that was the end of her. She got off the phone with me. She wasn't trying to talk to me for real. So then the supervisor came out. She has an aura as far as face wise, where she looks snubby or mean or whatever. She looks like she reminds me or it reminds me of Miss Jenkins, if y'all hit to 12th grade English. Like, it's just like, or if y'all went to Pennis, Madison. Her name was Madison? Her name was Madison. Whoa. All right. Madison, which is the manager, the older manager, which she was actually kind-hearted. It's just, she was more, so I knew her better. So I knew with her, I seen her good side. You feel me? I don't really get along or talk to, or for some reason, I was cool with my manager named Madison. She was cool with me and she liked me for some reason, which was good. But I don't necessarily, cling or not cling, but I don't get along. It's just, I try not to deal with people with that type of mood or just like at my job now, there's one of the workers, I don't know. It's like I feel like if I really try, I can know her name. I don't even want to be on that. That's recent. Anyways, she got that type of aura, but I feel like she tried to be nice to me too and tried to, display goodness, but it's like, I feel like her the way she talks to people, I don't like the way she talks to people. So even though I feel like I could get on her good side, I don't even want to, because I feel like once the day come that you feel like some type of way, you gonna show them colors that I don't want to see. I want to be black and white with you. I don't want to see your blue, yellow, greens, and teals. Like, no. But basically, before I even seen her, I knew it was gonna be a problem because, well, I did see her. So I'm sitting down in my seat, reading my book. You're not supposed to be on the phone in your seat. Terrible rule in my opinion, because you're gonna allow me to be on my phone, but what you want me to sit? Y'all know we got bug problems. Y'all know that we're supposed to let customers on. Y'all know that customers smell. Y'all know this, that, the third. Y'all know we might be eating. Basically, you can't eat and be on your phone unless you're not in the seat. You can eat in the seat, but if you on your phone, that's a weird rule, and it is what it is. But like I said, I ain't trying to change no rules. It's life. But I'm sitting in my seat. I'm reading. First of all, because I don't use my phone in my seat no more. Last supervisor I bumped into, she was actually a nice one. She was real irritated with me because I was on my phone in my seat, and she felt like she told me not to do it before. But the thing is, the fact of the matter is, wrong person. She didn't tell me that. Because the bus that was in front of me moved. So I'm just moving up. Okay, so cool. Just out the way. That's me. But anyways, that was that. This was that. This was that. I'm reading my book. She pulled up to the side. She let me know she there. Either she swooped up a certain way that just like made the presence of the car next to me, I'm here. Or she didn't bump her horn. It's the way she drove up. She drove up and stopped next to the car, the bus. So I opened the window, and as soon as I opened the window, she pulled up. So I'm like, I could tell by her just when she pulled up. Before saying anything, I could just tell that she was like agitated, or she wasn't. It didn't seem like it was in my favor at all. But she pulled up. I got out the car because I knew she wasn't coming to me, just off what was going on already. So walk up to the side of the car. I look in. She's getting herself situated. So I keep walking. I walk around the car. I know I'm about to talk to you. So I'm closer. I'm walking around the car. As soon as I get to the front right corner of that car, huh? Like, huh? Like she, like, I feel like, yes, you can honk a horn and it can sound different than what you're intending to make it sound. You can just be trying to quickly honk it and it can be loud and all that. But I feel like it was something about the honk she gave me that just gave me a nasty feeling inside. At that point, I'm like, I almost didn't even want to go to the car. I almost wanted to walk back in the bus like, dog, did you really just disrespect me like that? But I gathered myself. I'm like, cause I didn't even do nothing to you at this point. You don't know. All you know is what somebody else told you from this situation. And yeah, I understand that the dispatcher that called her, she could have said anything. She could have said, "Oh, we got this map." She could have down talked me or made it seem like I was on some foolery. And she could have had that predisposition in her head. So she like, oh, I gotta deal with his nonsense. She could have, you feel me, felt some type of way and honked the horn because who knows? But I was ready to be like, all right, well, it was nice working here in my head, like, but whatever happened is about to happen because you obviously you coming at me with the wrong way and you got power. So I'm not about to fight. I'm not about to, act as if this is life or death or like this is slavery or being free or like before I go through all that or trying to fix something here that I have no passion for, I leave. So I might have to reposition this talk. Yeah. I would probably take Grand Boulevard and Kurt. That's not the same. They don't meet up, do they?
I always see the same guy hospital, the heartbreak out to the same guy hospital. I knew the car bus before. I'm looking for the Mac bus.
The Mac bus go right there. That's what I was thinking that you was trying to catch. The Mac bus is the one that comes in front of this.
All right.
I go down 7 miles, so I don't. It's not close to.
Okay, where you trying to get to? The Mac bus right there. That front. See this front.
Thank you. He came like he had more information. Well, I don't know. It ain't even worth analyzing that situation. It is what it is. He helped him out. The guy, look, that's that. We ain't even gonna talk about that no more. Anyways, so after that, gathered myself. I walked to the window. Now I'm cautious. I'm talking to her. She's still showing this little. She's proving my disposition that I have of her to be right. That is not in my interest. This conversation is not in my interest. This is I'm on your head type thing, and you make the wrong move and you might just get your head cut off or something. That's the type of vibe I was getting. So we talking about she asking me, dang it. She asking me what's wrong with the bus. And I tell her, okay, I tell her the story. I break it down, got relieved, called dispatch, tell them I had poor brakes. She like, that's when she like, what do you mean you have poor brakes? Like she was in disgust that I said I have poor brakes. And I'm mad because I couldn't think of like this until later in the day. She like in between, like during the conversation, she made it seem like I was saying poor as far as like, well, like not wealth, but like basically she was making it seem as if poor was not an efficient way to say, something was not a good word to say. No, it's just not the terminology y'all want to use. Poor brakes, poor defines performance. The brakes are working poorly. It's not detailed, but it's not inaccurate. It's not something that can't be used when describing brakes. She was making it seem like it was crazy to say poor brakes when her word was slow. And I actually sat there and asked her, like, because I said something about bad. I said bad brakes later, and she was like applauding it. Like, she initiatedly started applauding. Like, there you go, you're learning. Like, poor and bad are the same thing when you're saying performance. Bad performance, poor performance. Bad credit score, poor credit score. Bad brakes, poor brakes. She was talking like she was an English professor, and she knew so much about English when what she was saying wasn't really reflective of it. So I'm like, I'm gonna dummy down myself, and I'm not gonna tell you I'm dumbing down in myself, but I'm gonna talk to you like I don't know what I'm not for sure of, even if I do know it. If I'm not 100% certain, I ain't gonna speak on it like I am. And that's the type of thing I try to, incorporate in my life. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, there's flaws in what she's saying, but it's like I'm not addressing everything, because unless I can formulate a plan, execute my opinion, and convince you that you're wrong, I'm not gonna fight it. Because when somebody think that they right, they think they right until they think they're wrong, or it all depends. It's situational, but a lot of the times it's worthless to try to prove somebody's wrong that's not looking for the right or whatever. So besides the point. Anyways, oh, there we go. I only got a few minutes. Oh, I'm glad. So I wasn't there. Hey. It's been 20 and I didn't even get into it for real. Still. I wanted this video all into one because I didn't want to have to break it up and put it back together, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. I have to 145 is 141. I can't squeeze the rest of this story into 3 minutes without me cutting a lot out, but I don't feel like I'm going to be able to have the time or the space like I just had to actually cut into the story how I was doing previously. So I do want to say, during talking to her, I went over a lot of issues, and she was talking as if the issues weren't a problem, or like they didn't really exist for real. Like it was like a fairy tale. Like basically, it's a one out of 10 type thing, when really it's more so 8 out of 10. Like a lot of these buses are terrible. Like she's making it seem like if you write a bus up, the next bus you're gonna get gonna be good. When in our reality, I got a new bus, and the first thing he said was, "You traded bad for worse." He don't even know what I had. It was just him, and it's humor, but it's like it's seriousness in that humor. And that bus had problems, but it's like, okay, what am I gonna do? Write it up again and have the same supervisor come to me after she was she was answering my question, but she was biased towards answering it. So it's like she showed effort, but at the same time she really showed her annoyance with having to, like, basically she was talking as if I should know a lot of the things that she actually agreed that I shouldn't know or I wouldn't know unless I'm in a situation. Like, we came to that agreement, but she was still acting like, well, some of this is common sense. Okay. That's opinionated. I'm not gonna stop your opinion, but that's how she feel. That's cool. But in the conversation, after I kept asking her stuff, she got to the point where she was like, are you looking for problems? It sounds like you're just looking for something to be wrong with the bus. After I heard that because she was already hinting stuff like that earlier. She was saying like, yeah, we have a new bus, but it's old looking too. I never said anything about the bus being old looking. Now you're insinuating that I don't want to drive the bus because of its condition as far as looks or smell or stuff like that. No, it's mechanics. It's strictly mechanics. But she was talking like I was somebody who was just trying to get a bus like that was newer. But no, that's not the case. I just got off Mac. I just got done working Mac. Mac as a whole pit. Mac, 6 Mile, Cadillac Harper. I ain't getting out. I got probably 1 or 2 new buses. Like, no, I'm used to driving these old buses. I already know that on a Sunday or whatever, I'm gonna get an older bus because y'all don't bring these buses out. I'm not tripping on that. But bye.